We were for a second, though, right?
No.
Oh, here we go. I think we're going. Yeah, we're going.
Okay, you guys all turn it.
Yeah.
Is that just in the settings? Enable it? Okay, can you just stay there for a second? Yeah. Know what's happening?
No nose picking.
Okay, it should be.
Everyone's is still loading?
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Can we all see and hear? Yeah? Are we live? Can you hear me? All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, so I really appreciate everyone being so patient and waiting. But welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so glad that you are here joining us to learn more about camp this summer. It is right around the corner, and so we are here today to share some tips on how to prepare for camp this summer. And so my name is Hannah Stilson. I am the Astrocamp Summer Director, and we are here at the Guided Discoveries office. We have a crew joining us today to help with us with this live stream. So we have our producer Patrick. He is filming here. We also have a team of people who are going to be replying to any comments that you leave in the chat section. So any comments or questions that you might have, they will all be answering them for you. We have our Catalina Sea Camp Summer Director, Jackie Howe. We also have Crystal, our registrar here, helping with questions, as well as Paul Buttercup. All right. Joining from Astrocamp is our wonderful site director, Brian Straka. Brian Straka was at one time our summer camp director at Astrocamp, so he is here as well to help best prepare you guys for coming to camp this summer and also answer any questions that you have. So we are going to go through so many different things today, from traveling to camp, what a typical day looks like at Astrocamp, how to stay in touch with your camper, and just how to best prepare for camp. And then at the end, we will be opening it up for a Q&A. So some questions will be answered in the comments, so feel free to drop any questions in the chat at any time. And then we'll be doing a Q&A at the end as well. All right, we're going to move slides. All right, so we are Guided Discoveries. Astrocamp is part of a larger nonprofit called Guided Discoveries. And within Guided Discoveries, we have different programs. So you are signed up for Astrocamp. We are a mountain adventure summer camp up in the mountains of Idlewild. We also have a brand new cooking program called Camp CHOP. CHOP stands for Culinary Hands-On Program. And so we will be talking all about that as well today. We also have 2 camps on Catalina Island, one at Toyon Bay and one at Fox Landing, and that is our Catalina Sea Camp program. I'm going to talk a little bit about our mission for Guided Discoveries, and our mission is to make a positive difference in the lives of children through unique opportunities for discovery. And our mission statement is our guiding point for what we do at Astrocamp in the summer. So what that means at camp, we're an outdoor education camp. We are also hands-on science and learning. So we say we trick kids into learning, but we are having fun at camp. Summer camp, at summer camp we are always making meaningful friendships, and we are learning how to work as a team. We are encouraging our campers to try new things, build their confidence, and just have fun. So that is what we like to do at Astrocamp. Straka, would you like to talk a little bit more about our mission at Astrocamp? Can we not hear Straka?
Nope.
No? Okay. Straka, you can, okay. That is okay. But that is just what we are here to do in the summertime at Astrocamp. Summer camp in general. It's awesome. All right, here is our agenda. So some things that we will be covering today. We are going to be meeting the team, talking about how to prepare for camp this summer, all about travel, communication, all of the forms that you will need to fill out and turn in before your camper arrives to camp. We'll talk a little bit about the life during camp, the day-to-day life, all of our different schedules, the health and safety of our campers, how we stay in touch with you during the summer, and also how you can stay in touch with your camper during the summer. And then we will open it up for a Q&A at the end. So to start off, meet our year-round team. My name is Hannah Stilson, Summer Camp Director at Astrocamp. So I work here in San Clemente at our Guided Discoveries office year-round, getting ready for the summer. So I work closely with families. You'll be receiving lots of emails from me from now all the way through your camper's time at camp. So I will be in constant communication with you throughout the summer. I oversee the counseling team, and I make sure that camp is a safe and welcoming and fun environment for your child this summer. Our wonderful program director, Josh, is not able to be here today, but Josh lives and works year-round at Astrocamp on the facility, and Josh designs the activities and runs the daily schedule that our campers follow. And Josh works very closely with our instructing staff. And then we also have Brian Straka, who is our wonderful site director, also the previous summer camp director at Astrocamp. And Straka is here today from the facility as well. All right, and on our staff, we have our counseling staff. So our counseling staff will be the staff that your camper is, working closely with. They are eating meals every day with their campers. They are living alongside the campers, nearby their groups, forming those connections, participating in activities with them. They are our campers' go-to people during their time at summer camp, making those personal connections with our campers, which we all do. But we also have our awesome instructor staff. And our instructors are the ones that will be leading all of the activities at camp alongside our counseling staff. We also have tons of support leads for taking care of our campers. So we have myself, the summer director. I also have a wonderful assistant director, Grayson, who has been at Astrocamp for many, many years, and he is an awesome support for the campers. We have 2 head counselors at camp that will be working very closely with the campers as well. And something awesome that's new is we have a camper support lead named Johnny, and they will be actually reaching out to some of you guys before camp, making those connections, asking questions about your campers and how they can best support your child during their time at camp as well. So we have a great team ready to spend the summer with your camper and be there for anything that they may need. We also have a medical team. So that is composed of a nurse every week as well as an EMT. So they are there as well to ensure the well-being of your camper, as well as our wonderful kitchen and maintenance team at camp, which we'll dive into a little bit more later as well. So our staff is
They will be actually reaching out to
32
you guys
instructors. They're
at camp,
teaching
making those
activities like
connections.
welding, our space science activities, mountain biking, blacksmithing, archery, and so much more. And then we also have our counselors that are living and participating in activities directly with your campers every day, supporting them one-on-one during their time at camp. Many of our counselors are returners or former campers as well. And we also have tons of new young counselors that are ready to just come to camp, hang out with your kids for the summer, and create a very memorable summer for them. And they are excited to spend the summer with your camper. So we go through extensive trainings for child development, safety, and camper care, and they are ready to go. All right, we are going to dive in on how to best prepare for camp. Are we on that side? All right, so one of the biggest parts of preparing for camp is that making sure all of your camper forms and information are submitted well in advance. So this will help us keep your child safe, healthy, and set them up for success, as well as set their counselor up for success on different ways that they can work with your camper. And so I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know about that process for preparing for camp. So if you go onto our website, astrocamp.org, and then click on the tab for enrolled families, this will show, it'll come with a drop-down list. And so it'll show our parent guide, the packing list, all of the travel info for all transportation methods that we offer. It'll also include instructions for downloading and using our Companion app, which if you haven't downloaded yet, definitely download that from the App Store. It's called Companion, and you'll be using it a ton during the summer. And then it's also where you'll find your parent portal login. So this is where you'll complete and upload all of those forms before your child arrives to camp. So all of the forms are located in your parent portal, which is accessible through our website on that drop down. So you'll see a dashboard with sections like your health history form, the doctor's physical, immunization records, parent authorization, liability waivers, our camper experience form. This one is super helpful, especially for myself and our counselors for best preparing ourselves for working with our campers. So you can share any social or emotional needs, if your child is shy, if you have homesickness concerns, dietary preferences, allergies. This is where you will put all of that. Anything that you feel would be helpful for us to know about your camper should go there. And then this is also where you will fill out any roommate or bunk requests, as well as your store account funding form. So at Astrocamp, we have a camp store on site that your camper will be able to go to throughout their time at camp. Everything that they purchase at our camp store on site is through the money that you upload to their account. So it's not any cash, it's all digital. So, you'll upload you'll fund their camp store account on that portal. So some of these forms require signatures. So make sure you just download them, complete them, and then you'll re-upload them onto their account. So our soft deadline was on May 1st that all of these forms needed to be filled out and uploaded. And I understand life is busy. That is totally okay if it hasn't been done yet. But we do ask that you submit these forms at least 3 weeks before your camper session starts. So that will give us time to just review any medical needs that they might have, place your camper in their cabin and honor those bunk requests, confirm all of their activity preferences, and also just reach out to you and communicate with you if anything is missing or unclear. And so, once again, if you have not downloaded that Campanion app, definitely go and do that on the App Store. So it's a free app that's connected to your parent portal on the Campanion app through the summer. This will be your hub for everything. So this is where we will be uploading our daily photo galleries from camp. You will get push notifications of travel updates, reminders, announcements, and so also, anytime a picture is uploaded of your camper, you'll get notified right away. We have facial recognition, so it'll recognize your camper's face in our photo gallery, and you'll get notified when a picture of them is uploaded. So that's a great way to kind of stay in touch and be in the know of what is happening daily at camp. This is also where you will be able to write letters to your camper. We call these bunk notes. So you will write, it's like an email directly to your camper through the Campanion app. We will then print out these bunk notes and give them to our campers. If you check the box that says attach a reply sheet, then our campers are able to reply back to you. So they will handwrite a letter back to you, and then we'll fax it right back to you. Hopefully the day of, it might, maybe it's the day after, but it goes directly to your Campanion app. So that is a great way to stay in touch with your camper while they are at Astrocamp. Yeah, and then, let's see. Okay, so here is some more information about our camp store. So like I said, we do not accept cash at camp. So definitely make sure that you upload and fund your camper's camp store account on Campanion. At our Astrocamp store, we sell lots of things that we sell year round, but we also have some fun special summer camp specific items from sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, water bottles, postcards. We have these really cute plushies, Astrocamp stuffed animals. We sell astronaut ice cream. So we definitely have lots of fun little souvenirs for your child to purchase at camp and take home. And then you will also be able to track your camper's purchases in real time on that Campanion app. If you see lots of astronaut ice cream purchases, that's probably accurate. So you'll be able to see all of that through your account. Awesome. And then also within your parent portal, you can add guest accounts. So like grandparents, friends, family, and these guests can view camp photos that are uploaded every day as well. They can also send emails to your camper, send the bunk notes to your camper through the Campanion app. They will not have access to any private or sensitive account information. They will just be listed as a guest on your Campanion account. All right, we're going to move on to how to prepare for camp when it comes to packing and laundry. So in our parent guide, which after you enroll has been sent to you, we also have QR codes at the end of this that will take you directly to all of our different parent guides. And so that will be at the end. But our packing list is in our parent guide. Definitely use the packing list and try to not overpack. So obviously how much your camper brings to camp with them will be very different depending on how long they're coming to camp, whether it's 1 week or for 2 weeks. During our 1 week session, we do not do laundry, so that's something to keep in mind. But we do laundry during our 2 week session in the middle of the session. And so some important things to pack. All of our beds are twin-sized mattresses, so definitely pack either a sleeping bag or a twin-sized sheet and blanket. That is also fine, depending on what your camper is most comfortable with. Some must-have items that, you know, these ones are important to have at camp. It is very dark at camp, so I do recommend bringing a flashlight. We have extra ones on site as well, but if your camper does bring a flashlight, I would recommend a flashlight that has the red light setting, and that is mostly because of our space nights. The way that the flashlights affect our telescopes and the night sky viewing, we only use red light. So if you are going to purchase a new flashlight for camp, purchase one of those fancy ones with the red light. But we also have extras at camp as well. Our days are hot at camp and our nights are cold. So I would definitely pack a good jacket. It does get cold at night, as well as long pants. So if your child, especially if your child is doing activities such as welding, blacksmithing, it's nice to wear long pants for our ropes activities. I would pack a good pair of denim jeans, some long pants. Another must-have item is closed-toed shoes. Closed-toed shoes are required for some of our activities, such as, like I said, blacksmithing, archery, rock wall. If your camper's going to be doing any climbing, hiking, so pack a good pair of closed-toed shoes. So those are some important things to bring to camp. Some things not to bring to camp would be cell phones or electronics. So we like to say at Astrocamp, at summer camp, we like to disconnect to reconnect. It is a great time to be out in nature, connecting with friends, making new friendships, and not being on our phones. So please leave the phones at home. If your camper has to bring their phone to camp, that's okay. You know, we understand if they're flying to camp and they have to have their phone with them. We would just collect phones when they arrive to camp. And we'll keep them in a lockbox, nice and safe in the summer office. But I would recommend just not bringing phones or electronics to camp. Another what not to bring is food or candy. We just don't want any critters running through the cabins. So any food or candy as well, if it is brought to camp, will be collected, same as phones. So I would just recommend not bringing it, as well as money, just because everything that is purchased at camp is through that camp store account that will be pre-funded before your child arrives to camp. And so we don't want them losing money or anything, so money can stay home as well. All right. Another really important piece of advice would be to label everything. So we will help with labeling things such as water bottles when your camper gets to camp. We got these cool water bottle stickers that they'll get on arrival day. We will label anything that they buy at the store. Their counselor will write their initials on, so if that is labeled and good to go. But things are lost at camp. Things are mixed up. They're living in a cabin full of, kids their age. And so I recommend labeling everything, down to socks. Just label things so we know whose is whose. Just a little piece of advice for camp. Right. Still on the topic of how to prepare for camp, we are going to talk a little bit about traveling to and from camp. So we offer 3 options when it comes to traveling to Astrocamp. We flying, taking the camp bus, or being dropped off and picked up by a parent or guardian. And I'm going to walk you through each option in detail. So our first option is flying to camp. So our campers flying to camp must fly into the Ontario International Airport in Southern California. And so make sure your camper's flights fall within the time windows that are listed in the parent guide and on the transportation form. So flights should be between 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. on arrival day. So we will get to camp around 1 to 2 p.m. And arrival day at camp on the facility is happening from 1 to 3 p.m. So we will pick them up from the airport with all the other airport kiddos, and we'll take them up the mountain to join everyone that is there for arrival day happening at the same time. Awesome. And then for departure day, our flight should be between 12 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. On the final day of camp. And camp staff will be meeting them at the airport. So if your camper is flying as an unaccompanied minor, we will meet them directly at the arrival gate when they arrive to the airport. You will need to list the name of the camp staff member on the airline paperwork. And so we will be in communication with you, letting you know who is picking up your camper on arrival day. And then on departure day, we will escort them back to the gate and we'll stay there with them until they board. So that is for unaccompanied minors. For non-unaccompanied minors, our older teens, our camp staff will meet them at the baggage claim area. They will be wearing Astrocamp shirts with name badges, and they'll also be carrying an ID so that they are able to pick up your camper that day at the airport. But again, we will be in communication with parents on travel days. So if a flight is delayed or canceled, we will be coordinating with you over the phone. And then, yeah, so you are free to call me, and then vice versa. I will be in communication with you as well on those days, on those travel days. All right. Our second option for transportation is our bus transportation. And so the camp bus is a great option for camp families who maybe don't want to make the full drive up the windy road to camp, up to Idlewild. I don't blame you. That road can be crazy. So we do offer a bus option. So for this option, this would be at the Ontario Airport cell phone lot. The exact address is listed in the parent guide as well, and also sent via email before your session. So, like I said, same with airport and flying. If your camper is being dropped off at the bus, we will be communicating with you before and during. There's going to be lots of communication along the way, and we'll be there to help you out as well. And so you may use this either one way or round trip, either to or from camp or both. And this is what you will click on the parent portal when you register your camper. There will be an option saying I would like to take the bus one way, I would like to take the bus both ways. So that is something that you will select on your portal. And you will be just dropping your camper off at the cell phone lot, and we'll pick them up on a bus. And so on travel day, on arrival day, the check-in for the bus will be from 11:45 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. And the bus will be departing at 12:30. And so our camp staff will be there present wearing Astrocamp shirts. There will always be a member of admin there as well. So one of my head counselors or assistant director will always be there. So if you have any questions, they will be your go-to person on that day, on check-in day. We will be sending text updates for arrival and departure status. So if the bus is running late, you will be notified in real time. And our staff members will be riding the bus with your campers and supervising them the full time. Some comfort tips for the bus: definitely pack a water bottle, light snacks for the ride. Campers should have eaten before boarding, because once we get to camp, they will join all of the campers who are already there checking in on arrival day, and then we don't eat dinner around 5:45 that night. And so I definitely recommend bringing a snack to eat on the bus, or definitely eating before. And then same as no phones. If you feel more comfortable bringing or sending a phone with your camper, that's okay, but we ask that they're not on their phones on the bus. We will be keeping it fun with games and songs and getting to know each other as we drive up the mountain to camp. So I still recommend just not sending the phone with your camper. Awesome. The third option will be driving to camp. And so if you are okay with driving all the way up the mountain and up the windy road and want to come and see our facility a little bit, then you can drive up. So our address is 26800 Saunders Meadows Road. And arrival day, our check-in is between 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. And so please, we just ask that you don't arrive before 1 o'clock p.m. During that time, we'll be preparing our staff and setting up for check-in, getting everything ready for a smooth camp arrival, and just getting excited to welcome your camper to Astrocamp. And so check-in will start at 1 o'clock and go till 3. So there is still a nice window for you to plan your day around for arrival day. If you do arrive early, the town of Idlewild is just a few minutes down the road from camp. So we can give recommendations for great places to stop for coffee, walk around, do some shopping. You can go, maybe Mayor Max will be out that day. Idlewild has a golden retriever as the mayor. It's a very fun, quirky mountain town. So I actually recommend showing up a little bit early so that you have time to explore the town of Idlewild a little bit. Or drop your camper off and go explore on your own. It's up to you, but check-in starts at 1 and it goes till 3 p.m. on arrival day if you are driving up to camp. Awesome. And then no lunch is served on arrival day for our campers, so please make sure that your camper has eaten lunch before they arrive. Like I said, dinner is served around 5:45 p.m. So definitely get some food in their bellies before dropping them off. And then the check-in process will look a little bit like this if you're driving up to camp. So you will be dropping off your luggage with one of our instructors, so they will be collecting it to then move luggage into cabins later after everyone has arrived. You will do a check-in and meet our nurse. Everyone will be doing a check-in with the nurse this summer, actually. A little bit different than last summer if you're a returning camper. So if you are bringing medications to camp, this is when you'll bring the medications and drop them off with the nurse. And we are also going to be doing life checks this summer on arrival day. So everyone will be getting checked before camp. Previously, we would do this during our sessions. We want to get the fun going right away, so we are getting that done on arrival day when they get to camp. And so everyone will get a chance to meet our wonderful medical team, our EMT and our nurse. And then there will also be a phone check-in. If you're traveling with a phone, we will be collecting the phones at arrival day as well. Once all of that is completed, you will come to the check-in station, get your name tag, find out who your counselor is for the week. This is the most exciting part, because then you'll get to meet your counselor and your group and join them on the field and start playing games and getting to know everyone. So all the counselors will be coming to greet their camper and dive right in on arrival day. All right, and then pickup day, if you are driving up the mountain to pick up your camper. Pickup is from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. So there's a 2-hour window for picking up your camper. We ask that you bring a photo ID. So we only release our campers to authorized adults that are listed on their release form. And so bring your photo ID in order to check out your camper on departure day. And please try to arrive by 11 o'clock a.m. Our staff they get a limited window of free time and time for themselves between our sessions, and so we do appreciate our camp families being on time and within that time frame window for pickup day. All right, some little reminders for traveling to camp. Submit your transportation form through the parent portal as early as possible. So this helps us plan our staffing for arrival day, our check-in stations, airport pickups. So definitely get that transportation form in so that we know how our campers are getting to camp. If your transportation plans change, that is okay. We understand. Please just notify us, either phone call or email, and we will adjust accordingly to that. And then if your camper is traveling to camp with medications, please make sure that they are clearly labeled and in their original packaging. So all medications need to be in the packaging that you receive them in when you get them from your doctor. And then on check-in day, you'll just hand the medication directly to our nurse. All medications will go directly to our nurse when campers get to camp, regardless of arrival method. And so if your camper is taking the bus to camp, once our bus gets to camp, we'll take all of our campers that are arriving that way to meet the nurse, and they'll do the check-in, and we'll be guiding them through it. So any medication will go directly to the nurse when our campers arrive to camp. Awesome. I think that is all for traveling to camp. So we are going to move on to a typical day at Astrocamp. And so we're gonna talk about the schedule, what the schedule looks like, our food at camp, our dorms, homesickness, who do our campers ask for help, what if my camper gets sick or hurt, and how do parents and campers stay in touch throughout the summer. And so this is what a typical day at Astrocamp looks like. We will be waking up bright and early in the morning at around 7:30 a.m. Before every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we meet as a camp community in front of our dining hall for announcements. So that is how we stay in touch as a larger camp community throughout every day. We'll meet before each meal and go over the happenings of the day. And then breakfast will be served at 8 a.m. Our campers will go to their morning activities for 3 hours from 9 a.m. to 12:30, and then lunch. And then after lunch, we do something called siesta time. Siesta time is just rest time. This is a great time for campers to hang out with their counselor in their cabin, lay down, take a nap, take a shower. They can shower during siesta time, freshen up if they need to. This is also a great time for our campers to write those bump note replies back to their parents and friends and family who send those. And so that is what will be happening during siesta time, right after lunch, before they dive into their afternoon activities for the day. From around 2 o'clock to 5:15 will be afternoon activities. And then after those afternoon activities will be dinner. After dinner, we do something called rec time. Rec time is another sort of free time part of the day. And so different from siesta time, since siesta time is in the cabins, rec time is time for our campers to walk around camp, explore camp a little bit. So it's a little bit of a free time. We will have our counselors and instructors stationed around camp, hanging out with campers, playing gaga, playing on the field, doing some arts and crafts. And so we have things going during rec time, but it's mostly just free time for campers to hang out around camp. A little bit unstructured, but great, just social time for the campers. And then after rec time, we go into our evening program, which will look a little bit different depending on the session, which we'll talk a little bit more about. And then we go until 10 o'clock at night is when our lights out is. And so it is a packed day full of fun. Yeah, so we are going to talk a little bit about what our different schedules look like. So starting off with our Astrocamp 1 week schedule. Our 1 week campers are ages 8 to 13. During the 1 weeks, our campers will be going around to their activities within their cabin group with their counselor. And so it's tons of cabin bonding, team building time within their group. And their counselor is in it with them. They are participating with their campers, whether it's on the zip line, going rock climbing, doing archery. They are in it with them. So they will be participating in activities with their cabin groups during the 1 week. We also have many elective times during the 1 week. So we have afternoon electives, for example, on Monday and Wednesday. We have a morning elective block on Thursday. During our elective times, our campers will sign up for 2 1.5-hour electives. And so our electives are different from our usual programs. They're a little bit quirkier. You know, we'll run around pretending we're pirates, or we'll do something silly around camp. And so there's many different elective options for campers to sign up for. So this is where they are able to choose their own activity that they want to participate in for that time of the day, giving them some more options for free choice. Awesome. So that is a little bit about the 1 week schedule. We do a really fun Astro party. It's a big dance party with different sort of like carnival game activities. That is a really fun all camp activity that we do during the 1 week. The first night of camp, we do a crew night. Crew nights, it's actually something that we do in every session. Our 1 weeks, our 2 weeks, and our geek weeks. Crew night is like a party for each crew. So we separate kids by age into A crew, B crew, and C crew. And the first day of camp, they'll do a fun little party with their crew with get-to-know-me games, fun activities, and it's a great chance to just get to know the campers that are within their age group in their crew for their time at camp. What are some other fun, exciting things in the 1 week? We do a really fun final night extravaganza on the last night. So we'll do ice cream party social, which is lots of fun. This is where we'll also watch our final night slideshow of all of the fun pictures and videos that our photographers and media team take throughout the week. It's a great way to just end the week with our 1 week campers. Right, and here is our 2 week schedule. So a little bit more packed in the 2 week. The main difference, besides age, so our 1 week campers are younger, ages 8 to 13. 2 week campers, a little bit older, ages 12 to 17. Main difference between our 1 week and our 2 week is during the 2 week, our campers will pre-select their activities before they come to camp. And so they'll have 6 activities that they go to during the week. Again, main difference between the 2 week and the 1 week is in the 2 week, our campers could have a whole different schedule than their cabin mates. And so this allows for your camper to choose what activities they really want to focus on during their time at Astrocamp. They're able to choose their course, whether they want to focus more so on our labs or on LARPing and Dungeons and Dragons, or maybe you want to only go rock climbing or do archery or go on the zip line. You are able to curate your own schedule for the 2 week session based on what you want to do at camp. So these are all pre-selected before coming. During our 2 week session, we do tons of really fun nighttime activities. We'll do a crew night, same thing as the 1 week. This is a party to get to know everyone in your age group for your time at camp. We'll do a casino night. We'll do an Astrocamp. It's like a movie. We set up different movie screens, and campers can go around and watch whatever movie they wanna choose for that night. But before that, we do an ice cream social, so they get to eat their ice cream while they watch the movie. Have a little movie treat. We do a counselor pageant, which is always lots of fun and really silly. We do a talent show, and lots of fun night activities in our 2 week that we are participating in all together as one camp community. Yeah, that is a little bit about our 2 weeks. So we're gonna go now to our Geek Week. So Geek Week, I think, is the perfect mix between some qualities of our 1 week and some qualities of our 2 week. So it's a wider age range of campers, ages 10 to 17. And it is a shorter, condensed session in 1 week where our campers are still able to choose their own activities and curate their own schedule, similarly to the 2 week. So it's like a 2 week within a 1 week time frame. And so this is great for campers who still want to be able to choose what they want to do and curate their schedule. For our campers in Geek Week, we'll have 4 activities that they pre-select before coming to camp. We do elective nights during Geek Week, so that's their time for free choice to choose their own activities and what they want to do during those nighttime electives. Same as we do a Friday morning elective as well. We do an Astrocon during Geek Week, and so this is kind of like our Astrocamp version of a Comic-Con. It's similar to our Astro Party in the 1 weeks. Dancing, music, games, and activities for campers to go to. These are all themed. The themes will come out very shortly in a couple of weeks before your campers arrive to camp, and so they can bring costumes and dress up, and it's a lot of fun. We also put on a Renaissance Festival during our 2 week and our Geek Week. And that is on the last day of camp. So we go out with a bang with a really fun Renaissance fair with everyone. So Renaissance fair is an Astrocamp tradition, and it is lots of fun. And we close all of our sessions with a really special final night, with a final night slideshow. We'll do speeches. It's a great way to say our goodbyes, reminisce on the week or 2 weeks that we all just had together. And it's just a great way to end the session as a camp community. And so that is our different schedules. We also have our new Camp Shop program. And so Camp Shop will be running side by side with our Astrocamp program. It'll be running during our 3rd 1 week, our 2nd 2 week, and during our Geek Week. So if your camper is signed up for Camp Shop, they will be living in the cabins with Astrocamp campers. They will be eating 3 meals a day with the Astrocamp campers, with the counselors. They are fully integrated into Astrocamp. It is when our Astrocamp campers go to their core activities, instead of going to the core activities with them, our Camp Shop campers will go into our Camp Shop kitchen and make their recipes with our Camp Shop coordinator and our Camp Shop counselor. They'll be learning their knife skills, making pasta, making sauces, making cupcakes. That menu also, if you are signed up for Camp Shop, will be coming out very, very soon as well. But the only time that they're in the Shop kitchen in all of our Camp Shop sessions is during those core activity times. If we are doing electives, they have the chance to choose an elective as well, and be mixed in with the Astrocamp campers. So if your Camp Shop counselor wants to go ziplining, they can go ziplining during elective times. They can go do archery during elective times. And so that is a great chance for our Shop campers to experience all that Astrocamp has to offer. As well as our nighttime programs. Our Camp Shop campers will be participating in crew night participating in casino night and counselor pageant. We will all be together as one big Astrocamp, Camp Jock community, doing all of those activities together. Awesome. So those are our CHOP schedules and Astrocamp schedules. So now we are going to go into dining hall and food. So Astrocamp has a beautiful dining hall and really good food. I will say I've tried lots of different camp foods over my years of being a camper and working at camps. I will say Astrocamp and Catalina's Sea Camp food is really yummy. So we do buffet style meals at Astrocamp. We always have a hot entree. We always have a salad bar, healthy options. And we also offer vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, and dairy-free options. And so we work with you and your camper's needs if your camper has any allergies or dietary restrictions. Our kitchen is run by Culinart. They're an awesome kitchen company, so we provide lots of fresh and healthy options. Include in your camper experience form if your camper is a picky eater. That's really helpful for just our counselors to know, our kitchen to know. We communicate with our kitchen team before our campers arrive to camp. And so let us know what your camper needs when it comes to food during their time at Astrocamp. And we will work to get the food in their bellies that they need to have energy during their time at camp. So that's a little bit about our dining hall and food. They eat every meal every day with their group, with their counselor. Okay, so now we are going to go into our dorms and cabins. Okay, so we have 5 different dorms at Astrocamp. We have Cedar, Willow, Oak, Pine, and Manzanita. And so our dorms are they're dorm style. Astrocamp was once a boarding school, so they're similar to kind of a college dorm with long hallways, cabins on each side, and bathrooms attached within the dorm buildings. Every cabin is full of around 4 bunk beds to a cabin, and our cabin groups are 8 to 10 campers with 1 to 2 counselors. And so, depending on the size of your camper's cabin group, they will either share one room, one cabin with their group, or they'll be split into 2 different rooms at camp. Our roommate requests are honored when possible, as long as they are within the same age group. So larger age gaps, if you're requesting to be placed with a friend that is much older than you, you'll be contacted and we'll let you know whether or not we can accommodate that request for roommates. Most of our campers come alone to Astrocamp, and that is totally normal. We are prepared and intentional in creating very inclusive and cabin group dynamics. So if your camper is coming alone to camp, that is okay. It is the perfect opportunity for them to come and meet new friends in their cabin. So that is okay if you don't have anyone to request for a roommate. Our counselors will be right next door, nearby to your camper while they are staying at camp. And our campers know that they are allowed to go and get their counselor whenever they need them during the night. And then during the day, they will all be hanging out together within the dorm. So that is a little bit about our dorms and our cabins at camp. They will be separated by gender and age, and so our Oak and Pine dorms will be for our female identifying campers. That is where they will be placed, and then Cedar and Willow will be for our male identifying campers and counseling staff. Awesome. All right, we are going to move on to homesickness. Homesickness is normal, and it's also temporary. Usually we see homesickness with our campers within the first 24 to 48 hours. We provide training to our counselors and our instructors, all of our staff, on how to support our campers when they are maybe dealing with homesickness. And so everyone is prepared for being that support to them. Some tips for how you can prepare your camper before they come to camp to maybe try and avoid homesickness. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and that's okay. We will handle it while they are in our care and support them through it. But some tips for you will be to send a picture with your camper, maybe a family photo or a pet photo. Definitely give them positive notes, like either within their bunk notes or maybe slip a note into their suitcase. That always really helps me as a camper, going to resident camp, especially for the first time, opening my suitcase, seeing a little note from my mom always helps me. But if homesickness persists, if it is not improving, we will always reach out to our families and to you, and we will plan a solution to for moving forward. Obviously, every situation is different in this case, so I will be working with parents and families one-on-one on how we can best support your camper at camp if they are struggling with homesickness. But again, it is normal. Okay, so our next section is, who do our campers ask for help? This is something that you can definitely communicate with your camper before they come to camp on who they can go to during their time at camp if they need anything, which we will also be letting them know right when they get to camp who their point people are. But their first point is their counselor. So every cabin group is with 8 to 10 campers with at least one counselor, and that counselor is their go-to person. We also have just tons of people around camp that are available for your camper to go to and ask for help if they need it. We have our 2 head counselors. We have our camper support lead. We have our assistant camp director. We have myself. All of us are there to create those connections with your camper and let them know that we are there to support them during their time at camp. We make it known that we care about them, and they can always come to us and talk to us if they need us. But that first person for support will definitely be their counselor. But all of our staff is trained and ready to support our campers as needed. All right. We're going to talk a little bit about medical care at camp. If your child is to get sick or hurt, what will that look like? So again, we have 2 medical professionals on site full-time at camp. We have 1 registered nurse and we have 1 EMT. We hire nurses specifically who have experience working with kids. So all of our nurses are at camp excited to work with your child. They're coming with that experience. And so you will have the opportunity to meet our medical team on arrival day. Both our EMT and our nurse will be there ready to greet you. And so for anything big, for any injuries, sort of small injuries, we will just take them to the health office to meet with our on-site EMT and our camp nurse. So they are our first line of support for any injury or if your camper is sick. For anything big, we will call EMS. And so they are close to camp, and we have a plan for working with EMS, and they will come and provide that support for any bigger emergencies if our campers were to have anything serious. And obviously, our parents are always notified of any serious illness or injury, or any repeated nurse visits. If your child's counselor or myself or any of our admin team notices that your camper is frequently visiting the nurse, maybe they're just homesick. Maybe they have a stuffy nose. No matter how small it is, I will be giving you a call and just being in communication, keeping you in the know and letting you know that is happening. So we will be in constant communication for any medical care during your child's stay at camp. Right. And lastly, staying in touch while your camper is at camp. How can you stay in touch with your camper? Use the companion app. So download the app. You will be getting notified every day when we post pictures. So that'll come straight to your app, that notification when a photo is uploaded of your camper. That is a great way to stay in the know of your camp, what your camper is experiencing at camp, what activities they're participating in. We will also be doing little micro posts each day. Maybe the highlight of the day was our counselor pageant. We'll post a picture of our counselor pageant, and that'll be a micro post for all of our families to see, kind of like the overall highlight of the day at camp. A great way for you to stay in touch with your camper, again, is through our bunk note system. So writing email bunk notes to your camper during their time at camp. Definitely keep those notes positive, happy letters to your camper. And then if you want them to respond, just click that request handwritten reply checkbox on the bottom, and they'll handwrite a response on paper, and we'll fax it over straight to you right away. And you'll be notified on the companion app once that is sent. So that is a great way to stay in touch with your camper during camp. We do not do phone calls unless there is an emergency. And so if you need to speak to your camper, just email or call me. If there is an emergency and there's something that you really need to communicate to your camper, then we will make an exception. But we usually do not have our campers communicate via phone during their time at camp. Their direct line of communication with parents is through our bunk note system. And then we also ask for no care packages while your camper is at camp. You can definitely ship essentials. Maybe your camper forgot a swimsuit. Then we will definitely have you ship that because obviously they will need a swimsuit. But notify us first. We'll be in touch. Just let me know if you are shipping anything to camp for your camper. I think that's all for staying in touch during the summer. And so here is our QR codes to our parent guides if you don't have them yet. So here's our 3 Astrocamp parent guides. Depending on what type of session your camper is signed up for, go ahead and scan that QR code and it'll go directly to your phone. This is where you'll find pretty much everything that I talked about today, from our camper schedules, the packing list, staying in touch with your camper. All of it is here in the parent guide. So I'll give you a second to scan that QR code if you have not done so yet. And if you do have a Camp Chalk camper, here is our Camp Chalk parent guides as well. Awesome. All right, thank you all so much for joining me today. I can't believe how quickly camp is coming. It's right around the corner. I'm so excited to welcome your camper to Astrocamp this summer and to meet you guys hopefully as well. So definitely give me a call if you have any questions or need anything. My phone number is right down here, 909-625-6194. And then 4, while your camper is at camp, our camp phone number is 951-659-6062. And then if it's easier for you to just send an email, that is totally okay as well. My email is just hannah@astrocamp.org, so you can always reach me via email. And here is Josh and Brian's emails as well. But we'll stay on for a quick Q&A. So if anyone has any questions, one of my producers will let me know. Okay. So this question is, how do you handle kids who are lactose intolerant? Can they keep Lactaid on them? Yeah, so we get campers who are lactose intolerant. We get campers who have lots of different dietary restrictions. So we offer dairy-free food. I believe Lactaid is safe to keep on a camper. Okay, so Lactaid will be going to our camp nurse, and so if your camper does bring Lactaid to camp, they'll just check that in with the nurse on arrival day. So whenever they say we're doing pizza night, they'll just walk over to the nurse's office, take their Lactaid, and indulge in cheese pizza. Okay, that's it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. If any other questions pop up, here's my contact information, and I am here to support you and your camper along the way, pre-camp and during camp. And I'm excited to welcome you to Astrocamp.